I was in my room like crying until I was just like crying in my room and like something happened. I was just playing in my game until someone, I don't know what is that called, but I was just playing this game and I was like crazy playing this game. Nope! I was accidentally just do anything. My playmate was like 20 years old and I was just maybe 4 years old. Next time I was Mama, I'm recording. You make me scream in that name. Okay guys, I'm back. So I was just playing in my room and my friend, like I was in the room like a story time. I was just in the room with a story time. Mom, is this a story time? And I was just thinking about it, like my friend came in the room and said, "What are you playing?" And I said nothing until they caught up on me and they get me to detention. What the hell? I wasn't like dangerous or something. Why did they bring me into detention? They was just laughing at me. Like I was like in my backpack. Then I was like crying in tears until someone come in my eyes. It was my bestie. And they said, "You cannot give up." And I was just, nuh-uh. And I like leave the school like anyways. Like I was just in the room like in anything. Nuh-uh. This lady was still following me. I was just like coming into my room until this lady come inside. It was actually the detention girl. And I said, "What the hell?" And I said like this lady comes in my room and said, why? My mom comes in the room and said, "Did you use your mouth to tap?" And I was screaming in agony until I found this like A plus name and I thought it was for my sister, so I started to get the attention. Like I was just like pretending I have the A pronouncing, and my mom agreed until he realized it was actually my sister's grade. Until they bring me like into detention, bro. You just bring me to detention, bro. Oh my god. I was just like in my friend's room until this teacher comes inside again. It was my mom again, and they said, "You cheated?" And I said, "No." And this lady was back again, the detention girl. And she was like, "Did she? What the hell?" Until my mom comes in the room and heard me like, "What the hell?" Until they heard me and screamed in agony. And I said, "What the hell?" Until this lady comes inside. It was the detention boy. And I said, "What the hell?" And all the things like chased to me. What do you mean down there? Actually, no, because I was just like in my room and this girl comes up to me and it was my bestie and said, "Please help me." And it was actually the bullies. So I was helping her like 4 hours and she doesn't have bully. And actually, we don't actually know because we were actually friends for that. Because 1 year we met in Roblox. So I was playing this game like in 30 years old. I was like screaming in agony because I fall next time. This girl comes up to me and said, "Your avatar is sick, bro." What the hell? You said my avatar is sick, bro. And this girl comes back again and said, "What do you mean your avatar's better?" And I said, "What the hell?" until this girl comes again. It was my bestie again. Why is she not understanding? And I was like screaming in agony until this girl comes up. It was actually my mom until she was mad meeting my bestie, so I run away. Like I found the secret room that the principal hides from us. Like what the hell? Why does it keep me from me? Why did she keep me there? Oh no! Okay guys. It was actually story time, so wait. So my mom was mad to me, so I was back to the room where the principal were hide things what, and I said, "What the hell is this?" I saw the mopping class. I saw my artwork when I was in 10 years old, bro. And I was like, bro, ma'am. And my teacher said, "Yes, Charlotte." And I showed my test until he said, "Why is your test thrown in the mop section?" And I said, "Principal." And I said, "What the hell did principal did?" And I was just full mad until this lady comes up, and it was my mom, and she showed me the test that she showed me. My test, no. I was there in my hoodie, in my hoodie. I mean in my hoodie. Oh wait. I was in my favorite hoodie that time. I was sleeping in my room until this girl comes up. It was my mom and telling me, "Should you go to school?" And I was just looking around for a hiding spot, and I heard her knocking on the door, and I said, maybe I can hide from her. And until I come back to the hiding spot, and it was in the mopping contest. It was my teacher inside in the room, and I said, "What the hell?" She was actually in the room hiding from my mom. Actually, I was just 4 years old. This lady comes up to me and said this. What the hell? She showed my ugly face. I was in the room. In the room where my mom was doing something. And I said, "What the hell is my mom doing?" Until I didn't give up and I showed my drawing. She was most surprised because it was my final drawing that my mom didn't see. So I told, "What the hell?" And until she told me this, your actual work is good. And I was so happy. And this girl, the bully, this girl was the bully, right? And I said, "What the hell, mama, the bully?" And the bully knocks on my door, and my mom let me hide in another room. So it was actually my baby's room. Yeah, baby room. So I was chilling in my that rule. I mean, I was just happy. My mom was good. She just let me hide. This girl was the bully, and I tell this girl was the bully, right? She is the weakest girl because he is not a buff girl, right? She was agony, saying, "Where's your daughter?" And my mother said, "No, she's not here." Until I come up and said, "What do you say?" With something holding my hand. And the bully girl was so scared she ran away from me. It was so scared. She was like, what the hell? And I was like screaming, like, is she gonna get scared? Because he's buff. He's buff, I mean. But actually, he was actually in my head. So what am I gonna do with that? So this girl is a...
Hey Siri.
Mom, I'm recording something.
For how long?
15 minutes. Though this girl was like new from the class. And I was like there in my school project. I was just drawing something. And this girl comes up to me and said, "Can I sit there?" Girl, I'm sitting right over you. Why are you gonna learn? Because I'm sitting there. She was pointing at my seat. Why is she pointing my seat? And said, "You mean this one?" "No, your seat." What did she say? I was like paining, like scared if I said no, she'll beat me up. And I said no, and she was so angry. She was gonna tell the principal, but she wasn't tough. I was tough, and I told the principal about this and got grounded. My mom was in the room talking to me, but actually, I was in trouble because when I arrived home, my mom knows that I get my best friend like a knocked seat. Bro, she's not my friend. What do you mean, Mom? I said that, and my mom was so angry. She was like saying like something that I know, but the girl was like sad in the like in like the detention room. But and my birthday, this girl arrived and was happy to go to detention. And I was said, "You want to go to detention?" He waved, said like nodded no. I mean yes. And I led her in the principal room, and he was getting me a little surprise because it was actually my birthday. No, girl, it's not my birthday, bro. It was actually her birthday, not mine. She gave the cake and shoved it in my head, bro. Why did you shove this in my head? I said, and she was so like laughing at me. And the principal caught us, and this girl, the bully girl, was like sent to detention. Yeah, no, because this girl was in my way, girl. No, this girl was in my way. She was actually saying these words, like, "Can I see that room?" And I said, "No." Until I was like angry because this girl was actually my best friend that I met in Roblox. But I like unfriend her because she was so like losing this game, bro. And I was still falling because she was pushing me, bro. I was like so mad that I friend request like unfriend her. And then she was all so angry that she brings me to tension, bro. That isn't like annoying, bro. Ma'am. So I was just recording my room like dancing and TikTok. So I didn't like gonna do something. And this girl comes up. It was my best friend from Roblox a year ago. And she was talking to me. That, like, this one. "Should we get friends again?" And I said, "No, ma'am, no." And I was so angry because he didn't my best friend anymore. Bro, you actually are super like don't know what you're gonna do. Ma'am, what What are you gonna say when I unfriend you? That's didn't a detention word. A detention is where this someone bullies you, bro. Why have you bring me to detention? I thought you were my best friend until I chatted her this. Hello. Hello. I was like screaming in agony because she's gonna catch up me. Like she was in level 1,500. And I was like zooming, like playing this game anymore because my friend keeps joining me. My best friend is keep joining me, bro. Why is she keeping up to me? And I said, bro. My bro asked, where's your best friend? She's not coming in our house anymore. And I answered this. I unfriend her. And he said, why? And I said, she was bringing me to detention every time and give me, girl, you're just giving me slaps every day. I was just crying in my room until my mom comes inside and said, what's wrong? And this girl, this girl was so mean to me. She slapped me in the face. And my mom was so angry. She comes to that house and, whatever is that called? She, go to, detention again because she wasn't my friend anymore. I feel bad for her because I was just rooming in my room anyways. So I was in my room, in my room again. I was in my room, right? Okay, she was in my room and she said, what the hell? And I was so angry. I unfriend her. I was so angry. She added friend from me. She friend me. You a girl. Stop it. And I was no. Oh, good luck. I'm back. So this girl was in my class again. This my friend actually said sorry for saying bad words. And I said, not anymore, girl. And I was running away from another room that nothing can get her away because I was still full. And I turned into 16. This girl was still following me. And 35, girl. We're not any friends anymore. We need to be 65, bro. And this girl keeps following me every time. Bro, why she keeps following me? I maybe be sad because she was yelling at me Stolly. She was so annoying that I run away in another room that she cannot find me until this girl comes up. It was my mom and saying something, showing my math test. She was so angry that I get teleported somewhere in the data. And something happened. Steve come up, bro. So next time, guys. Bye bye. See you tomorrow. See you next time.